Next up, we're going to check out Obi Wan is bullied by Yoda. Legends, remastered by Seals Are Good, part of the Anakin Shrugged universe. Also probably more commonly known as the Anakin has a doctorate and Darth Plagueis the Wise Studies. I love this. I'm obsessed with it. And YouTube has been recommending me freaking videos constantly from this series. And you have no idea how hard it is not to just check it out. I was like, it's just one. There's a lot of them. I can check it out. Except no, there's only 35. And if I finish all of them off this, I won't be able to see them live. And it just, it's a problem because this is good, man. Every character is fucked up in an interesting way. And I kind of want to see more. So we're going to do it. Let's jump right into it.
Generally speaking, when we think of getting stronger in the Force, we think of two things. 1, you can increase your power in the Force through training and meditation. 2, the higher the midichlorian count, the stronger you are.
Damn. I guess Tatooine is really good for the gains. I know it's still funny to me.
In order to improve the power level of the...
Okay, do not say improve and bring up the high order image. Just don't. I'd actually prefer AI generated art because at this point it would probably hurt me less. Also, in general, if you have a competent artist refining AI generated art, it actually looks good. And you can always tell because if someone does competent AI art without an actual refinement or refinement method from someone who actually knows what it should look like, it looks like AI art, and you can tell.
Jedi in the temple.
And yes, I am referring to maybe League of Legends. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
The obvious solution would have been to simply put on weight. Seriously, think about it. Midichlorians are in every cell of your body, so the more cells you have, the stronger you are.
I mean, theoretically, Hutts did become Jedi. And they are big. And there is a planet that is Force sensitive, and it was the biggest creature ever, and it was the most powerful because of that. I know this is a joke, but I think there's actually an argument to be made that he's not wrong. It's a dumb reference, but it checks out. Oh, also, you mentioned, did you hear about Homestuck Pilot and the Toby Fox voices? Toby Fox voices the main character of the Homestuck. Oh, I did not actually hear about the second part. I know Vivsy Pop did the Homestuck. I didn't realize Toby Fox was voice acting. Unless it's a different Toby Fox. I'm assuming you mean the guy who did Deltarune and Undertale. Not what I was expecting to hear.
And do you know how many more skin and blood vessel cells someone obese needs than someone who doesn't weigh as much? After all, the reason Vader was so weakened compared to his potential was because he lost his limbs and took a lava bath.
Oh yeah, that is canon. This isn't even a joke. That actually is the reasoning that they gave in universe, I think, in both Legends and Disney. Oh. Okay.
Fueled on a diet of space Big Macs, our Jedi Knights could have obliterated...
Also, this is not a joke. There actually were Hutt Jedi. It went about as well as you expect it did.
Any Darksider we came across. I was working on my notes for a presentation on this topic in the council chambers when Yoda sneaks up on me and...
Oh god, he was actually writing this out. No wonder he's a passive-aggressive asshole in this version. Also, J-Dog's you'll be back for T-Deck? That makes sense. See you then, man.
Snatches it out of my hands, glances at the material, then shouts.
Look, everyone should. Oblivious to planets. Kenobi has done some investigating.
Then, the entire Jedi Council began laughing at me. While laughing hard enough, I honestly thought I would wipe out half the council from asphyxiation. A guy on the council who was honest to Force, called Yarael Poof, said I had a dumb name, and motioned...
You know, I always forget this is actually a real Jedi in the first movie. I don't know how I keep forgetting it, because every time I look at him, he looks even more weird. And yes, his name is Poof, and I know about this, and it's still something I forget, because it still seems like it's fan-made. But it's not.
For a resolution to make me change it. I was the only one who voted against the motion, so I had to go away, change my name, and then come back to do my presentation another day. I settled on Ben on the grounds it sounds kind of exotic and cool. Never met anyone with a name as foreign as Ben.
Until he meets Luke, and this is not actually a joke at this point, because that is kind of a weird name for Star Wars. How is this the video that is all just inside jokes that are actually completely accurate?
The day before I could tell everyone my plan to power up the Jedi, Palpatine executes Order 66 and wipes most of us out. Not long after I reunite with Yoda, and the first thing he says is,
Of course. Survive the reading nerd did.
then asks me if anyone cool survived.
Oh, yeah, survived the reading because they wiped it out because Anakin shared it with everyone on repeat. I forgot about that part.
Seriously, what am I even meant to say to that? Later, we check the temple security footage, which for some reason is blurry, blue-tinged holograms instead of images on a screen. Yoda just kind of side-eyes me and mutters,
Expected better from a book-loving nerd who was too busy to look up from pages to consider teaching his Padawan not to slaughter literal children.
I mean, at least in this version, he didn't slaughter them. They probably took care of it themselves because that's the standard reaction to his thesis. Ooh. And Arthur Lofrano. 1, sorry for butchering your name. 2, Toby Fox also voiced a skeleton in 3 Baby Bears episode from Cartoon Network? Oh. I mean, I heard Toby Fox wasn't intentionally a game designer, but apparently that's actually working for him. Huh.
Should not have.
Then again, I guess it was kind of on me. Padme mentioned Anakin killed children already, along with their parents. Just wipes out a whole...
Wait, what did he say there? What?
Padme mentioned Anakin killed children already, along with their parents.
He killed not just the children, but the women and men too. From the Sand People, yeah, and that's why they're afraid of him in the first real episode.
Just wipes out a whole village of sand people, and as an aside, is it okay to call them sand people? Honestly, it feels like a slur. What?
I mean, I'm pretty sure in universe it explicitly was, but they're such hostile assholes, people forgot it was, and then it kept going. I think in lore, weren't they actually humans originally, but due to the Rakata, they kind of got fucked over and split into 2 separate species over millions of years. Honestly, I could be bullshitting. I don't think it's... I think it actually was that Sand People and... I keep wanting to say Jubs, but that's completely different. Not Ewoks. The guys in the Sand Crawler were actually initially human, like hundreds of thousands of years prior. Could be mistaken. Tusken Raiders, that's what they're called.
Anakin killed an entire village of them, but I didn't want to bring it up because it was kind of awkward. After this, I beat Anakin in a fight, but Yoda has to run away from his fight like a little green coward, so at least I have that over him.
Still better than canon, where the actual reason he ran away is because he actually gave up before the fight even started. Before any of the fights even started, before the Clone Wars started, he knew it was going to happen and gave up. This is canon in both Legends and, as far as I know, continued in Disney. Yeah. Yoda gave up. He was like, well, it's going to happen. Guess we got to deal with everyone dying. Sucks for them. And that little fight with Palpatine is like, oh, maybe I have a shot to stop it. No, okay, I'm just going to leave. Yeah. This is actually somehow a much more aggressive, assertive, and probably healthy version of Yoda. Not a fun thing to think.
Then, because Padme died giving birth to twins because she was kind of sad, I thought we were deciding who would raise each child to be a Jedi, so I offer to raise Luke on Tatooine. That's when Yoda says,
Want to raise another man's child, do you? A cuck you are. Voted for by 10. I bet you did. Moving to a swamp planet I am. Less sickening than you. It will be.
I don't even know who Biden is. So Yoda dips...
I'm sorry, just the hyphenating there works. It's such a stupid gag about just changing the name to fit the Star Wars overly hyphenated, overly specialized words than just saying them normally. Oh my god, I love it.
Out to Dagobah, and Leia is left with some rando senator to raise while I ditch Luke at his family's house. Because honestly, Yoda...
Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. Holy shit, I actually forgot they got young actors for this. Oh, wow, that feels so weird. Also, even weirder when you consider that they never actually mentioned Anakin had any family whatsoever when his mom died. It was like a big thing. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, I got family still. It kind of doesn't... It is weird how the intro only brings it up literally at this little scene right here. You think that'd be a bigger deal? Although maybe that's why Vader forgot about them. Huh.
Yoda always gets to me, and I don't want him to be right.
Oh my god. This is such a weird video because it's like right about a lot of things where it shouldn't be, but it's kind of there. Also, why BB-8? Please tell me I'm kidding about the Yoda thing. Yeah, I could be wrong about it being canon to Disney, but I think that was actually one of the things that one of the various side sources, so how canon you want it to be, take your pick. I think it was in Legends, though, that some of the authors basically wrote up early in the Clone Wars that it was Yoda was aware of this and he couldn't see a way around it, so he just gave in and accepted it and was very depressed. Literally fatalistic. It's also why some of the thoughts about how, well, if they just told Yoda what was going to happen, he could change things. No, he wouldn't, because he already kind of knew and he just gave up. I mean, what's he going to do? Kill Palpatine? The guy was already powerful enough that he couldn't do it. And I mean that both politically and force-wise. Yeah, and for all I know, it actually might be Disneyed as well. Because I don't remember when these books came out. It's been long enough, and I learned about it recently enough that I could be very wrong. I would like to be wrong. And like most things in expanded universes, if a movie contradicts it, go with the movie. Yeah, even the bad ones are not as horrible as some franchises. Because if there's one thing Marvel has taught us, is that maybe we were too harsh to some of the Star Wars movies. Because they just had things I disagree with. Marvel had the Ant-Man movies. Pain shared. It's fun. Either way, though, definitely not thinking about it aside. I want to move on to the next one. Why did I change the screens? Because I want to watch a few of these. Next up, we have The Party's Over. Oh, from the second movie.
Master Windu, so glad you could join us.
I wish this is what
This
Dooku was
party's
like.
over.
Ah, that's why they sent you,
Narc.
and not Yoda.
Because Yoda would be more party than anything. Oh my god.
He'd never utter such words. Why, back in the day, Master Yoda's parties were legendary.
Oh yeah, because he was Yoda's
One
apprentice.
time he blew 1/10 of the Jedi Order's entire annual budget on drugs.
Also, just to throw out here, I used to work at the Carnegie Museum of National History. They got the Carnegie Endowment funding it. That endowment from one of the richest men in the world, whose net worth appreciated to still be one of the richest men in the world, is gone because of exactly the reason Dooku is mentioning. Yeah, this is realistic.
Alcohol, sex workers from no less than 32 different species.
That might also
and,
still be realistic.
Oddly, gold-plated bidets he insisted were crucial for the party, but no one ever really understood why.
Wait, that's where those bidets came
Oh
from?
my
He kept
God.
saying, "Gold-plated for your pleasure they are." Then he'd try to wink, but he couldn't do it, so he just kind of blinked aggressively at us.
Oh.
I still wonder to this day what that meant, but maybe it's best I never find out.
I love this version of Dooku. Unironically, this is probably my favorite interpretation of him. Because generally he's treated as like, I am the scheming villain who looks like the final boss, but also I'm literally just a mook who gets killed off on the third movie without any actual screen time, really being worth it. Also, according to Quantum Fang, if the book came out before the movie, trust the book. If the movie came first, trust the movie. Yeah, except for when they contradict each other, which also happens a lot because multiple authors. I love this version of Dooku, though, where he's the over-explainer who seems to know everything. And it's just kind of chill with it all because, like, yeah, this is going to happen. I can die now, but the rest is going to suck, so I'm kind of okay with this. Oh, man.
Yoda
Yep.
will be joining us later.
Passed out from drugs again, no doubt. What's the mix this month?
I think it's oxycodone, morphine, and diazepam.
Is that it?
Isn't diazepam an antipsychotic? That would be a very awkward mix.
Must be on one of his health kicks.
I know
Oh my
we can
God.
change him, but it's a up-fucking-hill battle. The younglings are always...
I mean, it's not so much an uphill battle with this version of Yoda. You're in a pit, and the rope ladder doesn't have any rungs.
You're damn good at distracting me, but you're under arrest.
You don't have to mindlessly suppress your emotions and
Or have arresting power.
throw yourself into the mission at the exclusion of all else, you know. After all, Master Yoda only added the rule about no emotions because he thought only gay people had feelings. Of course, this was back in... Oh... must have been at least 130 BBY.
Damn. What is BBY?
The fuck does BBY stand for?
Back then, Yoda became
that's how they
friends
marked
with someone who
everything.
was gay. You have to understand. This was back before Supreme Chancellor Space Obama passed gay marriage.
I've never even fucking heard of Space Obama.
So at the time, there was still quite a lot of
Oh my
homophobia
God.
thrown around. Anyway, they did everything together, became besties, and were basically inseparable. But somehow Yoda got it into his head that the guy, who was called Score, incidentally...
Are you fucking with me?
Isn't Score an actual real character in the Jedi? One sec. Wow, I misspelled Jedi. That's actually embarrassing. Oh. Huh. That is a real character. Was a politician who served Supreme Chancellor of the Galactic Republic in 42 BBY. Fitness for lower service, Captain was administrator. Oh yeah, and Valorum was the one right before Palpatine, successor Palpatine, Senator Naboo. Oh! So Yoda was having an affair with the Chancellor and didn't like when it broke. This is a new take.
Or did this actually happen?
was attracted to him, so he confronted him about it. Score swore up and down that not only did he not find Yoda attractive, but made the mistake of muttering under his breath something to the effect that only those with tastes so horrific they thought the sequel trilogy was a cohesive and perfectly executed piece of cinema could...
I mean, I don't hate the sequel trilogy, and I ain't going to say that. I think it's a disjointed mishmash of cool-looking things that requires you to turn your brain off for it to make sense. And admittedly, Star Wars has always been kind of light on the hard science, so it's not really a hard thing to do. But yeah, it's 3 separate movies that are not supposed to be in a trilogy. That's very obvious.
Would possibly find Yoda attractive.
Damn.
This naturally upset Yoda somewhat.
I can
So
fucking
Yoda had the
They got
feelings and
into a
lost it.
huge fight. Many hurtful things were said. Yoda said Score would be a terrible Supreme Chancellor. Score threatened to reveal Yoda was committing disability fraud for government checks and pain
I mean, let's be completely honest. He's probably done enough pain meds that the disability is real now.
medications.
Wait, do you mean Score fucking Kalpana? The former Supreme Chancellor?
Oh, they actually
The
bring it up.
upshot of all this is Yoda ended up not only never speaking with Score again, but internalizing a number of the homophobic attitudes prevalent at the time.
Hold up. Doesn't your story hinge on the idea that homophobia only existed because gay marriage wasn't legal? That doesn't make sense.
I think he did it as a defense mechanism, to ensure no gay person would ever befriend him the same way Score did, and thus hurt him so deeply.
I have no...
Which is actually something you see in real life, where people are so in the closet they fuck over other people. There's a lot of news reporting about it if you want to look it up. It's so common, I don't even need to specify. You'll just find it easily.
fucking clue if you're bullshitting me or not. But can we get a move on?
I'm just going to
please?
take this
The
as
faster
real.
we go, the quicker we get to the sequel trilogy.
Oof. And suddenly everything he does makes sense. Know everything.
I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I've been developing a new lightsaber form.
Ah, yes, a variant of Form 7, I believe.
Exactly. It allows me to channel my inner darkness, my hate, rage, and anger, and use it in a fight without succumbing to the dark side.
Sounds intense. What's the...
And also blatantly wrong by the end. There's arguments been made, also with a fan with too much time, that no, he gave in. Windu was completely corrupted as a dark Jedi user at that point, because his entire plan was non-rational by the end. Also, one of the reasons I really wish he did survive, because since when does falling actually matter to a Jedi, or anyone with space magic? It's been not even just the movies at this point.
the source of all this anger?
It's...
Yoda?
Wish you lived a shorter life. I do. 5
Oh, it actually is
seasons,
Yoda.
all tears. You all have.
I do.
nowhere.
If
It's
you say
actually
so.
Yoda.
Anyway, for your lightsaber form, I
God.
recommend incorporating more precision into your strikes. An overwhelming offense is one thing.
I don't mean to interrupt, but there's a real chance we could die imminently down here.
I mean, it's still Anakin. He might be okay with that.
Oh, well, nose meet grindstone, as they say. Best get back to it.
Flamethrower. Yeah, Fred actually caught him. See? Falling didn't matter.
Glad he has that purple lightsaber. It'd be really hard to track where he was otherwise.
I mean, unironically, that's very accurate. If they all blended in, it would be annoying. And I still love the fact the only reason he has it is because Samuel L. Jackson explicitly said, it's going to be purple. That's not the color. It's going to be purple. And they went with purple because of that reason. Oh, wrong button.
I wonder if that was intentional. Makes
Nope.
you wonder what that BMF on his lightsaber means.
I don't know if that's true, if they actually had it on there, but I want to believe it, so I'm not going to look up and find out otherwise. Oh, man.
Commander, tell
Okay,
your
next up, we
troops to
get
get to the
troops on the
high
high
ground.
ground.
Trademark Obi Wan Kenobi, all rights reserved.
He actually trademarked over. I was just stupid. Oh, man. And Rat Bag is snooping. You hate how stabbing someone with a lightsaber doesn't kill them anymore? Yeah. Except, I think the first version of it didn't kill them was literally the fact that Vader lives, so it's not like it wasn't established in the first movie ever.
Will do, sir. But,
Although at that point, they didn't really know how he got hurt, just that he did. It probably involved lightsaber, so yeah.
what was that last bit?
TM.
You heard.
About the order you gave us, you keep asking us to go to higher ground. I'm not sure you'll ever be happy.
Never complain about going to the high ground. Trademark Obi Wan Kenobi, all rights reserved. The high ground, trademark Obi Wan Kenobi, all rights reserved, is where it's at.
I know, sir. I read your best-selling book, The High Ground, Moral and Physical, but
Which itself, appropriately, gives you the moral high ground.
I kind of want this to be an actual book. Like, if Seals Are Good makes the actual book called The High Ground, I kind of want to get it now, just because it's stupid and I love it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, etc., etc. You get the idea. Over Anakin. I sent him a free copy, but he said he was too busy with expanding the applicability of Skywalkerian thought to read it. Sucks for him. He'll be in real trouble if and when he ever ends up in a situation where getting the high ground is necessary. Which
It's such a stupid line. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground, even though we're jumping around so much and using space magic to ignore actual distance mattering at all. But who cares? Oh my god.
is all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I always bagsy the top bunk in the official Jedi Council sleepovers. I enjoy telling Master Windu gossiping time is over.
Oh, he talks down to Windu. Literally down because he's on top bunk. I can just imagine Windu going, motherfucker. Because this version of Windu is like the best version possible. Also, Hobbit, you mentioned... Wait. Where do you think Anakin got his love for philosophy? Probably Yoda when he was maybe on a withdrawal. Actually, no, explicitly in this universe, it was started by Windu. It is literally his fault. All things can be blamed on Windu from introducing him to this one.
Because I have the high ground. Then we all have to switch off our lights and go to sleep. That's the kind of power the high ground gives you, Cody. And that's why I want our troops to move to higher ground. Now, are there any questions?
Sir, is it true that you only wrote your book?
Best-selling book.
Sorry, sir, that you only wrote your best-selling book, The High Ground, Moral and Physical. Because your thesis advocating the Ouroboros school of thought as respects the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise was so comprehensively dismantled by Anakin's thesis that you became an academic laughingstock and were rated number 3 on...
I forgot the clones actually sometimes read these. Like, sometimes, but it was required read. Oh, because they knew about it, like, maybe not read it, but, like, they got the WikiHow version. Oh, this is even better. Oh.
Academic Failures Monthly, and had to forge yourself a new
number 2?
centerpiece for your identity.
And this is relevant to the command, get the high ground. How, exactly?
I just
fuck you.
noticed that you're mean to Anakin sometimes, sir.
And everyone
I
else.
was wondering if that was where it
And
stemmed
everyone
from.
else.
Even if I did care about those painstaking hours spent carefully crafting an incredible thesis, only for someone to do the academic equivalent of setting fire to it, dousing those flames with a bucket of manure, then feeding the steaming remains to a particularly grotesque dung beetle. It wouldn't bother me for 3 reasons. For one, no one ever reads Academic Failures Monthly.
It would actually be an amazing article or periodical because, you know, good ideas, yeah, that's fine. Bad ideas are funny, though. And they're really awesome to read. It's like, oh, wow, I'm glad I'm not that idiot. Even though I did think about it his way, but I'm going to ignore that.
Well, I do, sir.
2, even of the pitifully small, laughable audience Academic Failures Monthly has, none of them ever read the listicles.
They're my favorite part,
And
sir.
3,
Yeah, everyone reads
even
those.
that sad, pathetic, minuscule subsection of an infinitesimal fraction of an audience would know that I ranked number 11, not even in the top 10 of that month. Now, get your troops to the high ground, Commander.
Oh, man. There's so much going on there, and I love it. Also, it does kind of fit, though. This version of Obi Wan is a massive gaslighter, and he's gaslighting Cody, but he's also not good at it. And also, more people are taking Anakin seriously. The joke initially was, oh my god, you're doing this, followed by, apparently it was actually well read and respected by nerds. Oh, this is kind of perfect, man. This is legitimately perfect. Unfortunately, I need to cut this one here, partially because there's other things I want to do, and also more realistically, if I do the entire thing at one go, it would be awesome, but also I know for a fact I would run out of this, and I want to make sure this lasts, man. This is so freaking good! Seals are good as hitting that right amount of both actually well thought out characterization and dialogue that is pulling from earlier events. You can tell that there is a building narrative going on, but also over the top bullshittery of every single character to the point where you realize this is almost looking like an old school abridged characterization, but with development that only some of the best of them had. And I love this. As you can see, I don't have very strong feelings about this at all. I'm sure that doesn't come through. Anyway, yeah. Either way, if you guys haven't, links below, video, hit it up. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.